I mean, Umbrella Academy was good.
Thank you for calling Netflix. You've been greenlit. How's that help?
But you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I could see how it could cannibalize that market and make Netflix not near as powerful as it was. You know?
I agree. The one thing that bothers me, I guess, would bother me is having to pay a bunch of different streaming services each month.
Like,
so now I got my
carte.
Let's say I didn't have cable. I got my HBO. I got my Disney. I got my Netflix. I got my DC.
I got
prices,
it's going to take one or two of those to morph and take the place of, and you'll have a couple options.
Yep.
And, some people pay for all the options just because that's what they want. They want to be able to see all of it.
Yeah.
It's what everybody's always wanted is a la carte. Well,
WWE Network got that on there too. Got to add that to my list.
Okay.
Sorry.
We digress.
Digress.
Sorry, Mitch.
Let's digress to TV. We all know Swamp Thing's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. I know if everybody's listening to us right now, they've already seen the first episode. If they like it, I think it's going to be tremendous.
Absolutely.
It's really going to be there. And we've already talked about it before. So any other...
But did you see in the latest trailer or the last trailer before the show premiered, Blue Devil? Did you see a little devil shape in there?
A little bit, yeah.
We might be getting some Blue Devil coming to the DC universe.
I think this is going to be their dark universe part of it. This is going to be really cool.
It's going to be the thing that kind of builds it, you think?
I hope they go into the green, that kind of story where they talk a lot about the green.
Yeah.
Cool. And you could have the red.
And the rot.
And the rot.
Yeah, Animal Man could be part of it too. There's a lot of things.
That's the thing. I saw someone post a picture of the first issue of Grant Morrison's Animal Run, and I'm like, man, that would be a sweet. I think it'd be a cooler movie, but if they're going to do a show, man, that'd fit right in with Doom Patrol and Titans and Swamp Thing.
Would that be really close to the 80s movie Manimal?
It could be.
Manimal. I don't know. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to comics. I think that's where we're at right now, right?
Sure.
So Tyson, what new comics you got
on the
coming
DC
out?
side? There's the new miniseries coming out. I believe it's a 6-issue miniseries written by Brian Michael Bendis. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't mind him.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, and the art is going to be by what's his name? Alex Maleev. He was on Daredevil for a while.
Okay.
You might be familiar with his artwork. The Question's going to be in it, and it's already kind of seeds have been planted in Action Comics.
Which Question?
Vic Sage.
Okay,
is coming back.
The one worth reading.
Yes,
and I know some people like Renee Montoya, and that's okay too.
It was cool after the 52 and everything. It was cool and all that. But,
yeah.
I'm really excited about Vic coming back, and this new series looks cool. It's been kind of building up and setting up in the Action Comics, and now there was a special Event Leviathan special one shot, and now we're going to get into this mini series here. It should be affecting the whole DC universe. You got Batgirl in there, you got Batman, obviously, Superman, Lois Lane is involved in a cool story. The Question, Plastic Man. I think it's going to be cool.
Right on.
The more I'm reading DC, I'm really kind of getting into DC a little bit more right now.
Well, and especially you have a clear palette for DC.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of great DC stories out there. You know what I mean? I would say and again, I'm pretty non-partisan.
Yeah.
I'm not running for president or anything. I'm just non-partisan. I love Marvel. There's certain things I love about Marvel. There's certain things I love about DC.
Yeah.
And you identify with what you identify with depending on generally who's writing and who's doing the art.
Yeah, I'm following
pretty much. That's where I've kind of fallen in that category too. Is if the art or the writer catches me, I'm there. And Marvel just for the last few years hasn't been really doing it.
Agreed.
For me,
That's understandable.
They've been concentrating on the cinematic part of it. I could see that. Being more of a
sure. And they're bringing that into the comics to some degree. But I think that
and
But I think to your point though, they definitely haven't been on top of their game for probably at least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. But isn't War of Realms ending, and then the X books are separated into two?
Yeah,
all the
X-Men, all the X books are ending, and they're starting
House of
X, and Powers of X.
Yeah, and then I guess Agent of X would be technically an issue.
I think that's going to be gone.
That's going to be
gone.
Yeah,
okay. I think it's just a mini series.
So those are coming up pretty soon, so I might have to check those out.
Well, I think it'll be a good. Apparently, something big is happening.
Apparently, the most important scene or sentence or whatever is going to happen in X-Men issues Professor Xavier's going to say something, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be some mind blowing thing.
I'm not sure
Luke,
what that
I
means.
am your father.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I am Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
What?
Wrong franchise.
Yeah. And while we're on I guess a good segue might be back to Tom King was writing Batman. He said he was going to go to about issue 100, but he's ending at 85.
Yeah.
And the reason I think is because he's been hired by Warner Brothers to help write the New Gods movie with Ava DuVernay or whatever her name is, director of Selma, a couple of years back. And that's cool because he wrote Mr. Miracle, which is really critically acclaimed. It won an Eisner Award in, 2018, 2018?
Recently.
Last year. And yeah, so that's cool. I mean, Batman comic book writer is going to help write a movie.
Heck yeah.
That's can't
Tom King's a talented dude too. So
yeah, he used to be a CIA analyst, I believe.
yeah.
So
Friend of the show, Tom King.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
Hit up Tom King
we
on
follow him on the Twitter.
hit him on the Twitter, man. Twitterverse. He's doing good on Batman. He's been writing Batman for a while, and that Mr. Miracle maxi series or whatever, the 12-issue series was awesome. So
Dan, any comic books?
No, I mean that pretty much hit it.
Yeah, I've been again just still catching up on things that I haven't caught up on in forever. So like Justice League Dark from 2011, I just started. Pretty
Nice,
good.
yeah.
The Spectre.
Nice when you can grab a whole book. Right?
Yeah. Well, and then also too, I've been picking up the individual issues because I've been going back, and a lot of these are again in my wheelhouse with the sword and sorcery and magic and
macabre.
The darkness part of it, and I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do, and I think it's cool. So let's move on to where we at now. Music, huh?
Yeah.
So any new CDs you guys see coming out? Well, I say CDs, like what is it, fucking 1992? Jesus Christ.
Well, it's 20-year anniversary of Rage Against the Machine's Battle of Los Angeles.
Dang.
So
that was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Jesus
I haven't gotten
Christ.
that. I got that. Well, almost. I think it came out late '99. So we're almost there.
Regardless.
Well, Stray Cats are coming out with one. Stray Cats 40, which, geez, they've been out for 40 years too. It's crazy. Robert Randolph and the Family Band. I really like those guys. They were just here not too long ago, but Robert Randolph is tremendous on that lap steel, and their live shows are awesome. They got a new one coming out, and of course, one of my favorites, Imperial Teen, coming out next month. So it's going to be a really, really killer record to come out, and I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, though, nothing really notable as of yet. You guys know any local guys that are coming out with anything? No, I don't think so. Not right now. All right, so that leads us into Dan's mixtape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to be prepared, Dan.
I'm prepared. I have notes and stuff.
Are we going to split this into two this time?
Yeah. This one got really long. So thematically, I've been working on a one just music from soundtracks to put into my mixtape.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
So that list got super long. So this is a 2-part series. Tune in next time, kids.
On the next Quickcast.
That's right. All right. So starting out with mine. This was really hard to do because the first song I chose was "Burn" by The Cure from
The Crow
soundtrack. Yeah. But this could have been "The Badge" by Pantera, which was a cover song, by the way. And "Big Empty" by STP. Dead Souls could have been. There's so many good songs.
Could have just
on there.
been the mixtape of the Crow soundtrack.
You could just get the Crow soundtrack. But the reason I chose "Burn" was because Robert Smith had so much to do with
the soundtrack,
the soundtrack, the direction it went in, the producing of it. So started with "Burn" by Cure. Went into from "Pump Up the Volume," "Wave of Mutilation," the UK surf mix by the Pixies.
Nice.
Great song.
That was a good soundtrack on a movie too. That was one that a lot of people had.
Yeah. Great. Well, and unfortunately, probably my favorite song in the whole movie is actually the Leonard Cohen song. Yep. Everybody knows.
Yep.
But on the soundtrack, that's not on there. It's done by Concrete Blonde, which they do a great job.
And it's a sped up version, and it's weird. I remember one of my buddies said at one time, he was like, "Oh yeah, they just slowed it down for the movie." I'm like, "No,
that's not how that
I
works."
don't think so.
Then from Lost Highway, "The Perfect Drug" by Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails.
Fucking awesome soundtrack too.
Absolutely. So that's another one. Yeah. There's about 4 of these right in a block where I was like, what song do I choose?
Which one out of all?
Number 4 would be Seasons by Chris Cornell from the Single soundtrack.
Okay.
Which again there's so much good music on that. I'm not going to delve into that, or we'll just be here all night talking about it. I really dig changing up the pace on a mixtape for sure. So my next one's from Empire Records, Sugar High.
Oh, I love that song.
Coyote Shivers.
Yep.
The version that's on the soundtrack is good, but I think if you can get the one with what's the girl?
Renee Zellweger.
Is it? Yeah,
she's the one that sang it on the movie.
When she sings it with it, you can actually find that. That actually sounds
from the
better.
movie.
Yeah, that's actually better. So this is where things start going a little wacky. So I put in Coneheads, Soul to Squeeze by Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is a wonderful song. Followed up by When Doves Cry by Prince from Purple Rain.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Of course, Man of Constant Sorrow by the Soggy Bottom Boys. And then kind of getting some new stuff in there. Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd from Black Panther, Pray For Me, which is an awesome song. Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee, which is from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's a cool song.
It's a great song. And then you got to end off a sound or a mixtape just with something crazy in my mind from Rocky IV, James Brown, Living in America.
Living in America.
And then just to cap that.
That was a good harmonization right there. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Now I'm sad because Apollo Creed
and coming right out of that.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, jeez.
Damn it. What the hell, bro?
It's been like 42 years.
You must shout it before you spout it, okay?
And then the last song after Living in America is America Fuck Yeah by DVDA from Team America World Police.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
That ends.
And I feel like they kind of takes you on a little journey there.
Ends you in.
That's a nice journey.
Yeah, that was a pretty good mixtape.
That was good.
There's so many that you could pick from, and you pick probably the best ones that would flow all together.
Hey, hit up awesome. Dan on the Twitter sphere if you like that.
Yeah, let us know your playlist. Or what soundtrack playlist would you make?
Yes.
Yeah. Mixtape.
Yeah. Something.
I keep saying playlist for some reason. It's like I'm from this world.
Same thing. Whatever.
It's a mixtape.
Mix CD. I burn CDs still.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I usually name them wacky stuff. This one was Soundtracks Part 1.
Oh.
I try and just say like phrases. Like it's a wooden planet, so light a match. Or something like that.
No one in the supermarket.
Yeah. Or like super fly snooker. No, that's not one, but
it could be. It could be. It might be.
To circle back real quick, did you know that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" is basically Homer's Odyssey?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that right away. Yeah, that was cool.
That's kind of my wheelhouse, though. Like, I was a big reader, have been a big reader of the literature for quite a long time.
I'm
literate. not the Homer from
The Simpsons. No, that's a different Homer. Though that would be an interesting Odyssey.
Dang.
Well, I just remember I'm a big Coen Brothers fan, so I remember just watching all the Coen Brothers movies, but then going back and really being like, oh, John Goodman's like a Cyclops. I get it. And like I don't know.
Absolutely.
You know, with that soundtrack too. Just a real quick deal about it.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton put together a concert afterwards, to where they filmed it for PBS, and they had all the original people that recorded the songs for the soundtrack do it live.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I mean, Billy Bob was up front. He's like, yeah, this is great. He's like, I like me some Americana music.
Angelina Jolie.
That's what I was. How does that happen, by the way? Whatever.
Hey.
I don't want to talk about it.
It was
He must be the coolest motherfucker in the world with a 12-inch dick.
Yeah, something. Something crazy.
Wow, that mixtape we got to. Wow.
Wow.
That's what you call it. Billy Bob's 12-inch dick.
Yes. Part 1.
Part 1. Shit. Okay. I think we've kind of gone through everything, kind of hit on everything pretty good.
That's it. It's over. Go home, fuckers.
Yeah. So
comment. Hit us up.
Come over.
Hit us on the Twitters,
Instagram.
the Facebooks, the Instagrams.
Everything's listed on our website.
Yeah. Go like us on a platform or something. And give us a review.
Well, what's the website?
www.dropculture.com.
Dang. Perfect.
Put it in your Google machine, dropculture.com. Boom.
It's a Google box.
And if you want to send us, if you want to go old school, you could, just send us an email at dropculturepodcast@gmail.com.
There you go. Hey, we'll answer it. We've answered tons of fan mail this week. So
absolutely.